In this video, we're going to be showing you how you can complete your tax slips in Payment Evolution in less than 10 minutes. To get started, we're going to open up our left-hand menu here, which I have pinned, and click on Actions, followed by Year End. On our dashboard, we can see all of the steps we'll need to follow to complete our year end. The options you will see depend on the kind of employees you have, so you may not have all of the tax documents that you see on screen here. For example, only if you have contractors will you see the option to generate a T4A. The first thing you'll want to do, and ultimately spend the majority of your time on, is reviewing the year-to-date numbers of your employees. Click Review to get started. The YTD overview pulls in all of the information that is in the employee's profile, so if you've made any manual updates to the employee's YTD before this, they will be reflected on this screen. On Select Plans, you'll have the ability to export the data to Excel if you want to send it to someone else to review, or if you want to review it offline. If you see that you need to make a change to an employee's record, you can either wait and make the changes right on the T4 in the next step, or go into the employee's profile and make the change there now. Once you're ready, proceed to the next step by clicking Continue. This will return us to the main year-end checklist screen. From here, click Generate T4 or whichever tax document you'd like to complete. They can be done in any order. Here, we'll see a list of employees just like we did on the review page. One main difference, though, is that we can now make edits to every field if needed. To do so, simply click into one of the fields and enter your changes. Please note that these changes will not automatically apply to the employee's profile. Towards the upper right, click on the ellipses to see additional options. First, we can add a box, which will allow us to add a specific T4 box column. Simply enter the box number you're looking for and click Add. You will now have a column dedicated to that new box number, and you can add the appropriate values to your employees as needed. From the additional options, you can also change a box, reallocating all values from one box to another. As with the review page, you can also export to Excel. Lastly, selecting the option to reset all T4s will regenerate them based on the data in the employee's profile. You would want to do this if you have made manual changes to the employee's profile after starting the T4 process. Once you're ready to proceed, click on Approve Slips. Alternatively, you can also generate a T4 slip for an employee who is not in the system, perhaps because they left your company this year before you joined Payment Evolution. To do this, click the drop-down for all employee T4s. Select Employee T4 Individual. Once viewing an employee's slip, click the ellipses towards the upper right and select Add New T4. This will present a blank T4 slip where you can enter all of the employee's information. Once complete, click Save, and the new slip will be added to the submission. You can then return to the grid view by clicking All Employee T4s so that you can proceed to the summary. The T4 summary in Payment Evolution is primarily filled out with information you've already entered into the system, but there are a couple of fields you'll need to verify and update. Firstly, you may need to enter your company's proprietor SIN number. If the organization is a Canadian-controlled private corporation or an unincorporated employer, please enter the social insurance number of the proprietor or principal owner. Otherwise, enter the zeros that you see on screen. The next field, and most importantly, is the total received by CRA. To get this amount, you must log in to your CRA My Business account and confirm the total that CRA reports receiving for the year. Enter that value here, and it will be compared against the total deduction field, which is a value that we calculate based on the employee data in the previous step. This will establish whether there was an over or underpayment. Ideally, the two amounts should match so that there's a $0 balance. But if it's a few cents to $2 off, this will just be down to rounding and will not cause any problems with CRA. Any differential greater than that may require an investigation. If you have an underpayment and want to clear it, you can include the amount that you're going to be paying along with the T4s here. Otherwise, click Continue. With Payment Evolution, you have 3 submission options. Firstly, you can submit with our auto submission feature, where we will send your T4 slips and summary to CRA on your behalf. Fees will apply. With this option, the slips will automatically be sent to your employees via Paychecker at the end. Secondly, selecting online submission will allow you to download the XML file so that you can upload it yourself to CRA in your My Business account. Lastly, opting for manual submission will provide you with the PDF files to print out and mail in to CRA. To finalize our submission, click Send. After a few seconds, your T4s will be sent to CRA and your employees, and then you're all set. Click the Downloads icon to save the PDF file of your T4 slips and summary. Once you're done, click View Checklist to return to the dashboard and proceed to any of the other tax documents you may need to file. On the checklist, you'll be able to monitor the submission status. We will update this as we hear back from CRA. Thank you for watching, and we hope that you can now submit your year-end documents with confidence. It's that easy. Be sure to check out our help desk at help.paymentevolution.com for full walkthroughs and guides to nearly all of the day-to-day tasks you can complete in Payment Evolution.